your homegirls and get high. Why not blow all this good cushion?
Yo, wait, hold on. What you got going on over there, big dog?
Oh, I'm vacationing, baby. Happy Juneteenth from the islands.
Are you gonna have that on the whole time?
I'm vibing right now, man. I work today. The least I can do is celebrate in my own special way.
Ironically, some of the white people took off. Ain't that something? I think that's a silent protest. I think that's a silent protest. Some of the white folks took off today. I said, well, I'll be damn. I'll be.
Ken, we're gonna need you in though. Need you to be there on time.
Oh, ain't that something, man? Ain't that something? But before we go on, man, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Shout out to my dad. Scared the hell out the family, but we good. Man, happy Father's Day to Ken Davis the first. Shout out. Happy Father's Day to you too, Norwood.
Happy birthday to Lester Norwood II, my pops, Lester Norwood III, my brother. Congratulations on your very first Father's Day, Big Lil Reg.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, and to all the fathers across the world and the guys who support the Splashcast, salute you guys as well.
Yeah, man. I also wanted to let you know that the folks over there in Athens received their Father's Day card from Gainesville. We appreciate that a lot, brother man. And happy Juneteenth to all. Happy Juneteenth.
That was real. That was a nice touch of right when I was about to, excoriate you for. I wasn't going to do that because we've earned it. We've earned it. We literally just had a recruit jump on glass and almost destroy himself. So this is another point where I'm just waiting for Billy Napier to get fired. It's just like the last two coaches. Fire him, hire him, fire him. If we not winning, we losing. And this guy's a loser. Get him on out of there. Ready for him to go. I don't like when our coaches enable you guys and they play on your team by being terrible. So yes, fire him. And while we're talking about just mess, Mariah Mills is on the warpath again.
She's still going, guys. We have, I promise, we have a nice pregame, and then we're gonna talk NBA because there's really nothing else to talk about. But we have an agenda. But Mariah Mills is
she has an agenda too.
She gonna messy her way into a job, like some kind of way. Somebody's gonna hire her to do. She is very, very persistent. She's also hurt. Zion.
Oh my goodness.
What's up,
she will not stop. And that's the risk you run. Now that we, kind of spiral here momentarily, this is the risk that you run of doing this. This is the reason you need an intermediary.
Wait, what did he do? What did he do? If you want to
know what he really did? He sold a dream to a woman who she's a couple cuckoo short of a clock.
Couple.
You gonna lose your wife. Was it worth 3 years down the drain? Ooh, she is going crazy.
She said you gonna lose your what?
Oh no, she got the Duke. Ooh, she is a.
Wait, you got to talk it through, bro, for the people that are listening.
Okay, so all right, what I'm doing right now while we warm this up in the pregame is I'm just scrolling Mariah Mills' Twitter posts, and she's painted blue with Zion's number and Duke on the front. I'm sure that the Duke donors are not happy about this. This is not the way that they wanted to see their logo and their school.
What they
below that, she has right below that picture, dressed like an avatar. She has her butt out. And then below that is an OnlyFans link. Zion, it's got to be interesting. Because the people at your job have to know this.
I opened the tweets up so that we could try to show you, but we can't show you this.
No. I do not want to be shadow banned. We already fight with the Chinese weather balloons every day. Least we can do is not have to deal with this, but this is because she's adding the NBA and the Pelicans every time. First of all, you have to imagine the intern is working on the social media team. When he got that first tweet at Zion Williamson, at Pelicans, at NBA, he was like, oh boy, this thing's finna turn up. That's when you have to give it
French
back
Montana. Sorry. we'll edit that out. Oh yeah, my God. She is. Yeah. I mean, so she was going to become a nun. No, that's going to be some stupid person that'll still mess with her. Oh.
Yeah, she's threatening the tapes, which is kind of wild.
Every time I make a face or a noise, people, that means there's another person that she's implicating. Every time I make a face or a noise.
But if you do that, then she's gonna trick back herself if she does that. They're gonna hit her with a revenge porn charge and yeah. But this
wait. Hold on. We'll move on. I'm gonna move on. I promise. People.
Zion Williamson replayed your snap. He screen recorded your. Don't tell me who telling on Instagram straight flexing.
Hey, wait, hold on. Norwood. I think it's a little bit of a delay. So hold up. When she said you're gonna lose your wife, etc., that tweet, the person in the tweet, is that who she talking about?
I think she's considering herself the wife.
Okay, so that was just a clip that she threw on there. She wasn't trying to implicate the person that's in the clip.
No,
because she's exposing folks. I don't want to start.
Oh no, oh my God, even Tupac caught her straight. She said the inspiration for this was let Tupac be dead in peace. It ain't no reason.
This is not how we starting our Juneteenth episode. We are not starting our Juneteenth episode with any more Mariah Mills. No. Listen, there's a happy black man on here. Look, Juneteenth flag designer Ben Haith throws out first pitch at Fenway Park before the Yankees Red Sox game, which is one of the most racist venues you could ever go to, which is even more irony in this entire post. But we gonna talk about this. We're not talking about Mariah Mills. Hey man, but shout out to Ben Haith though. He did get acknowledgement that he is the Juneteenth flag designer. It is blue, red, and white, if I'm not mistaken. I have it downstairs at my house.
Go right.
Yep, I have that downstairs in my house.
I need one of these.
Oh yeah, your mama live in Augusta. You can definitely get it in Augusta or we got it in South Carolina. Matter of fact, he learned about Juneteenth while growing up in Virginia. His aunt's husband was named June. The name stuck with him. He lived for a time in Connecticut and followed the Yankees, Dodgers, and Giants. And after moving to Boston, he never felt the pull for the Red Sox. He heard stories about Jackie Robinson. He was inspired by Negro League baseball players, and he said he was never really comfortable going to Boston. And now for him to actually throw out the first pitch is very, very significant. If you're looking at this, you could go to you can just Google Ben Haith, and he actually tells the entire story of what it was like being raised in Boston neighborhood in Roxbury in 1979. How you feel about this, Norwood?
I am immensely happy that he had a chance to be celebrated. I think he deserves it 110%. It kind of, for me, puts things into some level of focus because you're right. Boston is notoriously racist. Specifically the Red Sox, they've said terrible things to players, black players in the outfield. There are multiple players who would never play for the Red Sox. But to Ben, from where he started to where he is, this is tremendous growth. He calls it a miracle.
Yeah.
Now, this is the same Boston Red Sox that had to change its name from Yawkey Way. Well, it had to change the street name from Yawkey Way to Jersey Street because of all of the racism that came with that. So it to me kind of conceptualizes where we started, where we currently are, and where we can be. So shout out to Ben, number one. He deserves all the recognition. The black, green, and Red Sox logo is mind-blowing to me, honestly.
I never thought I would see that. Never thought I would see that at all. I almost want to buy that as a collector's item. I feel like that probably won't happen next year.
Hey, Atlanta, can we get one of these?
Ooh.
Yes.
Hey, at Atlanta Braves, clip right down the time right now. We need a Juneteenth.
Hawks and Falcons too. We want
Atlanta
them all.
sports teams. We need a Juneteenth inspired jersey delivered to the Splash Cast. Please, we appreciate it. We appreciate it.
I'm not even gonna lie. Just make it available for purchase at this point. Also, while we're here, one thing that we do.
Here's the Juneteenth hat though.
But the one thing that we do is we support all of our teams, and I posted all the teams who made a statement today for Juneteenth. Congratulations to the Atlanta Hawks for doing a good job with that. Congratulations to the Atlanta Braves for doing a good job with that. Atlanta Falcons, you did not post. That's trash. You are a team, but this is a black-ass city. It's a black-ass team, and you said nothing for Juneteenth? That ain't it.
Yeah. Now, I will say you need to go look and see if what the organization actually posts. So if they don't comment on anything, any holiday or ethnic holiday.
I don't care about none of that. All the useless, no. And let's look at your skill positions. I bet you they won't look Juneteenth. Look at all the people you sent money to or use a draft pick on.
Yeah.
Just do better.
You're right. Hey, man, so in the pregame, we always try to do our baseball news. We call our splashes of the week the pregame now. So let's talk about the Braves, man. Ronald Acuna, Norwood is about to scream. I ain't got
nothing to say.
I told you so.
I ain't got nothing to say. One thing about that boy Golden Acuna, he ain't gonna let me down. He delivers in 30 minutes or less, like Domino's used to do.
He is going
whatever you ask.
If he stays on this pace, so let me introduce. So Ronald Acuna is the first player in Major League Baseball history to have 15 plus home runs and 30 plus stolen bases within his team's first 70 games of the season. Mind you, they play 162. So he's got 92 more games to go to break the stolen base record, which I think is 40 something, right?
I think so.
So I think it's Ricky Henderson with 40 something. I'll look it up real quick. But he also he's also hitting really, really well. The Braves have just been on a tear. Ricky Henderson, that's total.
Season. To 138 by Hugh Nichols in 1887. Oh, no, we need modern 130. God, 1982, Ricky was smoking. 130 stolen bases. You might not get that one this year, big dog.
Who got 100? He had 130.
In 1982, Ricky Henderson had 130 stolen bases on 172 attempts. It's too many people in the 1800s.
So Ronald Acuna is going to lead the league in stolen bases, but he may not catch Ricky Henderson at 130.
Or who? I don't even know who Hugh Nichols is.
He might not even get to 100.
Oh, hell no. Hugh Nichols is 5'4", 145 pounds.
Why you hating? Play it while you hating. Play it while you hating. Yeah. That's hate.
He played from the years of 1881 to 1890. Yeah, he ain't play against black people.
That's true. And it's Juneteenth.
I said it. I said it. I don't care.
Don't acknowledge it. It's Juneteenth.
Sports get harder as soon as black people show up. I'm sorry.
All the rules change. They slowed notice every sport where black people started getting played, they said we got to slow the game down. We got to slow the game down every time, dog. Why you got to slow the game down when black people come? No,
you need to speed up. Be faster.
Hey, man. I don't know how.
Them boys kind of got out of control.
How did this get here? This is supposed to be Mike back in the money.
What I was speaking to when it comes to Mike Harris, he had a rough go of it for probably the first 20 games of the season. And out of all the people, somehow his motivational speaker is he who shall not be named. And he who shall not be named has gotten his batting average together. Then he told Mike,
I don't care. I'm saying his
remember
name.
who
Go to
you
Acuna and Bulletproof Ozuna. That's who it is. Like he take all the bullets, all the strays, no matter, and he keeps showing right back up. When Ozuna was about to get traded, he started hitting home runs. Now that he slowed hitting home runs down.
He was like, "Wait, y'all ain't gonna trade me?"
As soon as he stopped hitting home runs, he said, "Well, I'm gonna give Mike Harris a motivational speech, and what that's gonna do is have him bat 600 for the month." And go 5 for 5 on Father's Day with 2 home runs and hit the longest home run of his career in 435 feet. Ozuna is bulletproof. He is not going anywhere. This is a Mike Harris segment, and I'm talking about Ozuna because Ozuna ain't going nowhere. Talk about
Catalyst.
it. Listen, he need to write a book.
You know what he said? I saw her radio. I can do that.
I need to write a book. Make yourself useful. Keep a job. That's what he needs to do. Employment stability. How to roll with the punches. Change with the times. That's what those are the things.
And when you get a DUI, you just whip out your playing card. Hey, bro.
And tell him who your employer is. Just when you get arrested, tell him who your employer is.
Yeah, I mean, I got jokes, but he has found a way to be valuable.
Yeah, he can't go anywhere.
And Mike named him by name. He said, Ozuna spoke to me directly. He said, you were the rookie of the year last year. You just need to remember who you are.
In baseball. Hit him with the Black Panther. Remember, show them who you are.
And after that, he
hit a 435-foot home run.
Reggie talking about the home runs and the at-bats. He's still playing elite level defense at the same time. That's the part where you're like, him and Acuna, whatever you need, they will deliver. And I guess Ozuna just like, ain't gonna ride this thing on out.
Designator hit. You go Frank Thomas hit all the way to the Braves Ring of Honor. That's what you're gonna get.
Oh no, there you go. You're going too far. Did you say getting ahead of your skis now? He ain't going to no Ring of Honor now. And you know what? I'm not going to say what he can't do. Because every time I believe that he can't, he rises from the ashes like a phoenix. You got it, big dog. Congratulations. You might be in the Hall of Fame. You might know somebody who knows somebody. Like, how did he get here? Don't ask no questions.
Anyway, man, let's talk about the Oakland A's real quick. So the Oakland A's,
Braves.
The Oakland Braves, the Las Vegas A's, whatever you want to call them, they have pretty much like mailed it in. And the Oakland A's fans are so angry, they're either not showing up or they're protesting the own Oakland A's games. And they're shouting.
One day, they all decided they were actually going to come to a game just so they could say F you to the owner.
They said F you. They came to the game to only say F you to the owner.
Wait, now, isn't that what Knicks fans do every week?
It's different, though. Nobody's moving the Knicks. The Knicks will never be moved from New York, ever.
Wait, isn't that the same thing that the Washington football team
They'll never be
did every week?
They'll never be moved. They are taking this team.
That to me now, I think that there needs to be a cost for what they are doing. And specifically for the city of Oakland. Because
the infrastructure.
They lost the Raiders. They lost the Warriors to Frisco. Now they've lost the A's. That is a ton of money. People, I don't know if people always conceptualize all those people who are stadium employees, facility employees. They know I'm not about to have a job. And due to the fact there are no other teams, they basically have to move somewhere else. If you've been working in a facility management or any type of back of the house sports, there's no other team to go to. It ain't like, oh, well, I work for the Rockets. I can go look at what the Astros are doing or what the Texans are doing or what the Dynamo are doing. No, there are no teams left
here. You got 3 or 4 departments that have the same exact qualifications you do. There's person A that was supervisor or project manager over the facilities of the of the Oakland Raiders. They also had that for the Oakland A's. They also had that for the Golden State. They had all of those. So now, it's already tough enough when you talk about degrees. When you have a degree and you're that far up in the managerial space, it's hard to go and just go to another spot and get the same salary and stuff because of tenure, because of bonuses and all that stuff. It's hard to go somewhere
and they're going to
else.
pick their people who they want, and they're going to leave everybody else. And then Oakland is now going to be a town with no sports. And that's trash.
Yeah,
and you're ruining the city. I mean, imagine, and I don't want to say this out loud, but think about it, if the Falcons, Braves, and Hawks just uprooted and dipped.
Yeah.
And at least there would still be, not my squad, but UGA in Athens. Oakland don't got that.
You don't have any, they don't have
got it.
They don't got no college. There's nothing college about them.
And it's not like, San Francisco is overly expensive.
Yeah. They made it even more exclusive.
I think when teams leave cities, specifically when they leave like this, they should have to pay for like the next 5 years.
Give a 5-year severance package to everybody that's employed there?
No. I'm talking about to the city. And you got to think, now they have these big stupid ass buildings left. Who's going to take care of them? Nobody. So what is the building going to do? It's going to decay.
I don't know what Oakland, and we didn't mean to go this far into it, but I don't know what it's known for. Right? I've never been there. I've never been to Oakland.
Known for teams getting the hell out of there. That's what it's known for now.
Yeah, but and this is the ignorance of me. I'm from the South. Like, even towns that don't have major sports teams have like agriculture. Like they have like something that they're known for. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what Oakland's known for. Like, it's above wine country, if I'm not mistaken. Like, I don't know what Oakland's known for. So I would love to see
it's bad
some kind
business.
Of way. They're gonna have to figure
and it's
out a
really
way
bad to like take advantage of a city like this and it's a city that's not the richest city in the first place. And it's in California, so it makes it exponentially worse. Now that's going to disenfranchise more Black and brown people. They're like, not my problem. I'm headed to Vegas.
Yep. Build it up and take it away. So we have avoided the Skip and Shannon drama for...
We avoid it. We wanted to wait to see how... I don't like to get ahead of things. I want to see how things play out and then give our opinion on what actually happened versus a lot of speculation.
That's what I was about to say. We avoided the Skip and Shannon drama or breakup because we wanted to see how it all was going to shake out. If Shannon was going to reveal any other news, how Skip was going to react or not react, and just not be prisoners of the moment. Of course, Shannon had his very, very emotional goodbye. I think I'm going to keep the sound off. I think it's, nope, they don't have a caption. So he said his very, very emotional goodbye, and we'll play it here in a second when it gets to it, where he basically...
Jen, I do. Ladies and gentlemen, this is officially my last day at work. After 7 years, the train stops for Shannon Sharpe and Undisputed right here. And over 7 years, I've made a lot of friends, and I'd like to take the time now to thank some of these people. First, I'd like to thank Fox and FS1 for giving me this opportunity, for believing in me, and allowed me to share this stage with a young man that I've sat across from for 7 years. I want to thank you. I want to thank my original...
Hit him with the young man. You heard that?
...original boss, Jamie Horowitz, who got on a plane, came down in Atlanta, and told me I could be a star. You can do this. You can sit across from Skip Bayless and do this. I see it in your eyes. I see the passion in which you talk. You can do this. Thank you. I want to thank the ladies in the makeup room. I started out with Sevia, and then went to jumpsuit and Uke, and then Brett, and then jumpsuit, and back to Brett. And even her aunt would fill in sometimes. Guys, you've been amazing. To Nusheen Faraji, who never colored my hair or given me a haircut, but had all these great ideas. I'm going to really miss you and how you mispronounce words. The wardrobe room, Autumn.
All right.
And Tracy and all.
Yeah.
But he ends up going and he ended up getting like really, really emotional and crying and thanking Skip and everything. So it was a very classy exit for him. Do you want to go ahead and say Skip's thank you, or you want to?
Yeah. Let's hear Skip, and then we can give our thoughts about all of it.
Thank you for all you have given to me. When I first took this job back in June of 2016, we had a whole nother format in mind until it became clear Shannon Sharpe is available. And I said, I believe he can do this. And did you ever? The critics just savaged us when we first started. Undisputed will never last. FS1 will never last. Did we ever show them? I want to thank you for dedicating yourself to this job. It is a voracious beast of a show, day after day after day. You dedicated yourself to this job just the way you dedicated yourself to professional football as a Hall of Famer. I want to thank you for never taking a sick day. I want to thank you for preparing as hard as you could every single day, every single topic. I want to thank you for competing as hard as you competed with me, because the greatest compliment I can give you is you were a worthy adversary.
And then, of course, Skip goes on to thank him, and it keeps going. So, I think there's a little bit of performance. I think it was two guys that also got past their initial frustration, right? I think they both knew it had run its course, and we all saw it. I mean, if you watched that show, you saw it when Skip was taking shots at Shannon, when Shannon was responding with the sarcasm. I'm out of here anyway. I'm about to jump right on off this ship. Like I ain't gonna be here for long. Like you knew it. You knew it was coming. We agree, Josh. But I do like the classy exit that they had. And Skip Bayless's thank you is more on brand with him than Shannon Sharpe's goodbye is on brand. Not saying that either one are fake, but I'm just saying that Skip was like, hey man, at the end of the day, you're a worthy adversary.
And that's the reason I don't, you read what people say. We're in a bunch of group chats. They hate each other. Like, you kind of got to take that with a grain of salt. Number one, as a person who listens to a bunch of sports shows, this is by far head and shoulders above anything currently put out other than the Splashcast. Remember, follow, subscribe. But outside of that, they consistently every day put together the best product as far as a sports show that I've seen here in the last couple of years. These are two guys who were not friends to start out with. It's not like they have a long history of friendship. They came together. They said, hey, Skip was kind of in a tight situation. He left his home of ESPN. He moved over to Fox Sports, which before this was not really cared about as far as anything. And Shannon had some time on TV, but it was not nearly to this degree. We didn't know this much about his personality.
Hold up. Can we talk about how Fox Sports really lived golf their way into the sports scene? Like, they just went and bought everybody and was like, we're here now.
That's what money does.
Go ahead, finish
money
your
talks.
point. I just thought about it when you were talking about it. I was like, man, they just really went and bought everybody.
Go get me Cowherd. I know that he's got a dedicated following. Then give me Skip from ESPN. I'll make him the flagship here. Skip took a risk because you're leaving ESPN, a.k.a. the wild world of sports. And you left ESPN, you left Disney. You know that comes with a different level of backing. Also, you go from mainstream ABC TV to Fox Sports, much less mainstream media. Then they got together and they flourished. I think that this was an excellent 7 years, and it's like anything. It'll work its way out. You'll have your time, and then hopefully y'all go to bigger and better things. Shannon, he already hinted
Shannon
he'll be on TV soon.
I think he outgrew. I think his personality because he was starting to dominate the show. He was more. I guess marketable because he was newer. So like when he's everywhere, and then plus the club Shay, getting cool with LeBron,
and also I mean, and
took off.
This is Skip kind of helped in that because it's Skip issue or whatever. I think it's all a ruse, but Skip always going at LeBron afforded Shannon a space to be a supporter of LeBron.
And now you see me roll.
And exactly. And now continuously in support. Eventually, I think they have a bond and a friendship. So it's what you really want out of a job, for us to go into it and start one place, for us to develop to a position where we have to go do our own thing because we've gone so far. So I'm not one of those people like, oh, they hate each other, this is terrible. Man, you work somewhere for 7 years. You want to be at a higher plane when it's time, to go do something else. And I think that Shannon is going to go do something else. Now, I will say, and we're about to talk about it, Skip is 70-something years old. And the way that he works this job is ungodly. He gets up at like 5 o'clock or 3 o'clock every morning. He goes and runs a couple miles, and then he preps all day. He eats the same thing. He's like a Tom Brady football player type of guy. He's a machine. I don't know how much longer he wants to do that, but I mean, job well done as far as I'm concerned.
I don't know. So, a couple things. Skip didn't like find Shannon. Like Shannon subbed in with Stephen A. Smith a couple times on First Take, and that's when he guest he not guest host, but he was on First Take when Skip was there, and you kind of saw it because they kept bringing him back, and I was like, okay. So when Skip left, I was like, well, they already kind of saw that. FS1 saw that when Skip left, he knew he was going to bring Shannon. I am interested to see if Skip wants to do this. I would probably say the person they go after if I'm FS1 is like, if you ignore race, might be like a JJ Redick. But you got to have somebody that's well versed in a lot of sports though. So I don't know who you go after.
That's what they thought. I mean, that's what you would think about Shannon, but Shannon, I think it's more of how hard you're willing to work versus what you already know. Like you said, Shannon put in the work. You dedicated yourself to not just being a football player, and that's the easy way out. Mm-hmm. Just, hey, let's talk about football, and that's it. But Shannon covered the gamut of everything that you wanted to talk about: golf, boxing, baseball, basketball. As a media person, not as football talent, which is completely different. Now, as far as that goes, the person who I think is the best, I think the person who I think is the best over there is Joy Taylor. She's a killer. She's a minority.
That would be kind of like breaking format, though, right? I mean, they normally put her
that's where it gets tricky,
role, which is what she's in now.
I think that her personality, her confidence, I think he does like to work with minorities because that kind of opens the show up a little bit to different media demographics. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if Skip Bayless and Joy Taylor work the best together. I heard Shady McCoy. I don't know if Shady McCoy is ready.
I was going to say that's who I've heard the most is Shady McCoy. Which
I don't know if he's ready to work as hard. Skip, like or don't like Skip, this is his life. Wake up in the morning, undisputed. Late at night, undisputed. He watches every game. That level of commitment is not going to be rivaled by most people. You can see that Shannon has a little bit of that OCD in his life because of the way he works out outside of that. I don't know if Shady is going to have that level of commitment. Now, just like everything else, you're going to get an opportunity to see. But
I look back at that though, because I mean, you have to have some level of commitment to be a pro athlete. Like to make it that far, yeah, you have to have some level of commitment. And when in discipline, you have to have some level of commitment and discipline. The fact that he's gotten the experience in FS1, I mean, he's pretty much a regular guest on one of them shows. You had the same doubts about Shannon that you have about Shady. You have the same thing. They were somebody with a fiery personality that said things that people were scared to say that really hadn't gotten a chance. Well, Skip, this would be it.
I mean, I'm willing to say it, but I mean, I guess they both kind of been media trained before. Shady been doing a bunch of other different things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested, but I think that Skip being what I would consider in the twilight of doing this, I don't know if that's the best marriage for me. 7 years ago, I think Skip was a little bit more. I'm not gonna say I don't think he's less now, but how
spry?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I mean, how much? Like realistically, how much longer can you do this type of show? Like Wilbon and Kornheiser, they do something, but that's way more chill.
They got their same demographic, bro. They are it. So you're right.
I mean, like they're old school journalists, like they're newspaper article writers, and I think, and that's one thing I don't like about today specifically. As even when a person has a podcast, people are like, oh well, those type of people don't have a place in this anymore. Journalists will always have a place because they can tell a story,
and they can find the story. Like we talk about the stories that they find until y'all start sponsoring us and put us on and put us in them locker rooms, and then we break the stories. But we report on what they find, so they got to be commendable.
Yeah. There has to be a storyteller.
Shannon, where did Shannon go?
Somewhere he just said he posted on his Instagram in the last hour. Y'all will see me on TV in the morning soon.
I'll be back soon. I'm enjoying my day. I'm enjoying sleeping in my late morning workouts and all of that other stuff. I mean, he's already got Club Shay Shay.
He ain't gonna let this thing cool off.
The Club Shay Shay is still going. He's still ramping that up some more. I'm
glad that he was able to keep that.
I thought the play would have been to go work with LeBron and have like an internet show. Not like you know what I mean? Like Tucker Carlson does with Twitter, right? Isn't it Twitter? Elon Musk? Something like that with Shannon Sharp. Like
that's because Tucker Carlson ain't on Fox News no more.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Well, you thinking more of like a Pat McAfee and Aaron Rodgers relationship.
But
I could definitely see that.
It gets LeBron into the media day-to-day, the daily media show stuff. It gets him in that. It gets his media. It gets him in that. It gets another foot in the door.
I can see that in the future. I don't think he's ready for LeBron, that. This is not the time right now for that.
Homeboys.
To be I don't think he's ready to talk to the media every day. He's still being passive aggressive with Rob Pelinka. So no, I don't think he's ready to.
Ain't Rob Pelinka being passive aggressive. We gonna get with that in the NBA segment, boy. LeBron went right at what's his name, Mike.
Oh yeah, but he's also with it. The whole thing that spawned that was LeBron being passive aggressive at Rob Pelinka. Mike Malone just made a joke out of it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a couple more things.
No.
Sorry.
Hell no.
Sorry. Tiger Woods and Rory, and of course, Chris wanted to shout out his brother, Jerick.
Look at that.
Super Bowl ring.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to take a moment here to celebrate my brother. As his mom next to him, Penny, shout out to her. My brother has a cool job, and they honor him at his job. They did, they had a good year last year, put in a lot of work, and I mean, fuck it, they won the Super Bowl. I'm happy to see my brother with a Super Bowl ring, run that thing back. Chiefs Kingdom, looking for another Super Bowl. If the Falcons don't win it, this will be the only other team I root for. I'm genuinely happy. I remember when my brother got drafted by the Vikings. And he stayed true to himself. Keep grinding. Teams like to have him. He's running it back with the Chiefs. Go Chiefs.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Jerick. We have a Jerick segment every week during football season.
Oh, we gonna have it. And pick him up for your fantasy football.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tiger Woods and Rory, after the Live and PGA tournament merger, reeling from that news, as Tiger said he knew nothing about it and lost $800 million.
No, don't worry about it. You never had it, right?
Yeah. Tiger Woods and Rory are launching a new indoor golf league. This is part of Tiger Woods. I think he did some type of like competitive golf before. He's released other stuff. We're trying to basically modernize the game and attract a younger demographic. It's an indoor golf league, and they're putting a lot of money into it. 6 teams, 3 PGA tours each. Tour players each, 18-hole golf matches every Monday night. Each match has a 2-hour time limit. Huh?
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. My apologies. Bless you.
Thank you. Each match has a 2-hour time limit and takes place in a 135,000 square foot arena in Palm Beach, Florida. They combine events of long distance drives, as well as you can hit shots into a simulator that's the size of an IMAX screen. The venue will hold 2,000 people that have committed to play. Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy, John Rahm, Justin Thomas, Matt Fitzpatrick, Xander Schauffele, and Max Homa, to name a few. So they are going for it. They're trying to make golf like a nightly or weekly event thing.
So what I really like about this is Tiger Woods has also opened this thing called Pop Stroke.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And it's an indoor like putt golfing type of thing, which seems to be the very same basic thing as what they're going to do here. So of course, I'm sure that these events will be held at these different venues, and it's a way to kind of cross brand between, hey, this is what my business is doing. Let's find a way to make it popular. Hey, you can go out here and do this, and it looks pretty cool. So, Tiger's going to find a way to make his money back. I think that he added Rory as a solid because of the way that went down. And I hope they take all of this money and make a ton of it. And
yeah, because while I do like Rory, it's cool, good guy, been in the spotlight. Tiger Woods' rival, or lack thereof, the person, the antithesis,
Phil
Mickelson. But Phil is in bed with Liv, and now who's in bed with PGA and some Caligula type shit. And Tiger Woods was left out to burn, so he was left out of all the plans, so he can't team up with Phil. But I would have liked to see Tiger and Phil team up to do this. But hopefully Phil will join and play in it.
Nah, leave Phil where he's at. He's a sucker who got in bed with who, another, he who shall not be named, because I am afraid of him. I am afraid of him. His name sounds like a Mercedes, and I don't want no smoke. With that said, they are still having to deal with these antitrust lawsuits, and the government is going to do some type of investigation because you have to, because who was backing all of this. I'm very interested to see how the geopolitics in this plays out, because you got these people who are mad with TikTok because it's owned by the Chinese. Well, it's going to be very interesting that the PGA is going to be owned by the Saudis. And I want to know how this plays out. Yes.
Yeah, but yes and no. Like, the PGA still controls a lot of it. It's not 50-50. The PGA still controls a lot of stuff, but the Saudis are just like, they can basically just show up and like
money. They have, okay, so PGA keep as the sponsors. All of the people who you see, i.e. Titleist, etc., that is where they come into play. They needed sponsorship. What did the Saudis and Liv have? Money. So much money. I think they printing the money with like the money that was they had Prince Hakeem face on it. That's what they're doing. They are printing the money, and that's the reason the PGA had to, eventually accommodate them. So the money is the Saudis' money. The sponsorship is the PGA's. And that's a trick bag if I've ever seen one. And it's very, very interesting to see how this plays, because if you look at it closely, it's funny money. And the person who is backing all of this has already been accused of murdering a journalist.
Yes.
If you watch John Oliver, just go to YouTube, type in John Oliver, MBS. He does an excellent breakdown on this. I know that this is a little bit more high-level politics type of stuff, but I think that our listeners specifically want to know this type of stuff. Take a little bit of time. It gets very interesting, and you'll understand why I don't say that man's name, because I don't want no smoke. I don't want the AI, interweb, black web, all of them, anything. I don't want anybody to know that I've ever said his name, because they might manipulate my name and my voice in the future.
Hold on. I'm gonna turn your mic off so only I can hear you and nobody else can hear you. Who you talking about? No, for real. I've turned the mic. I've turned the mic off. They can't hear you. Only I can hear you. I promise. Okay, put it in the chat. Who you talking about? Nobody can hear you. So you talking, but nobody can hear you. Who are you talking about? Oh, okay, we back. You talk about yeah.
I told you, he sounds like a Mercedes Benz.
Royalty, yeah, it does. Royalty, yeah. We don't say that name. Yeah,
no.
The Saudis.
If you listen to this podcast and you Google it, I'm fine with that. Just don't say the name 3 times. You're gonna pop up like Candyman, and you gonna go missing.
There was a couple naysayers, and and they are saying nothing now.
They're saying Nathan now. No.
Nathan. But yeah, man. So this is the thing is, this is gonna get interesting when, like, I can't wait till the Masters. I can't wait, because the Saudis own golf now.
What you mean? They gonna let that roll out the red carpet for them?
Because they got the money.
Yes, it can't be bought. Master, I want you to remember that. He with the money is the master. And I'm from let me tell you one thing about them people in Augusta. You got money, that type of money, we at least hear what you got to say. You got too much money for me not to talk to you.
Yeah. Well, ladies
and influence.
We've come to the end of the pregame. Finally, we don't really have a long show for you today. We're going to just talk about NBA. We already talked about baseball. What baseball we're talking about. Also, shout out to Shohei Ohtani. He leads his team in every single category.
Mike Trout, what are you doing, bro?
Mike Trout is like number 2. Like,
hey, you need to be number 1 in something, Michael. I hate to tell you, and I know you're a first ballot Hall of Famer, probably the best baseball player I've ever seen in my life. But you need to be doing something better than the man who's pitching like a monster. The least you could do is
Shohei Ohtani is leading them in every hitting category and every pitching category. And when he's not pitching, they still bat him at DH or they play him in the outfield. I'm
gonna tell you right now,
to be $700
God knew not to make me give me that much skill. Because I'm telling you, if I'm better than everybody at everything, it's not many practices I'm going to before I start disrespecting people. Hey, coach, why y'all make them practice? They not better than me at anything. You can't get these guys to be a better hitter. I got to hit. I got to pitch. What are y'all doing?
I don't know what a contract is for Shohei. I don't know how this works. I think he's going to break free agency.
That's not a problem for us, Reggie, because we would never pay it. Braves not paying that. You know who that's a problem for?
LA.
The Yankees.
The
Dodgers. Maybe the Red Sox. I think the Mets probably didn't spend enough money. Run it up. Oh, and the Padres, y'all BMF. Go ahead, turn it up. Braves, y'all just need to pay Acuna what he is valued at.
And Albies is about to pay Albies too. Because he's
what did I tell you? It is embarrassing how little did those two guys get paid in relation to the people around them.
Yeah. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, give us about 2 seconds. We'll be right back. We're going to talk about, of course, the trade that shook.
Y'all vibing with the beach in the background? Y'all like that?
Y'all like the beach? I don't have that. So y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back. Listen to the Splash Cast. What is this? 36. 36.
36.
It's summertime. It's summertime.
Right back at
36. It's summertime music is out. People have announced themselves sonically, saying that some stuff is coming.
Oh, hold on. Michael Render. Let me tell y'all. Now, it's not a music podcast, but I'm a music guy, so y'all get it. But that Michael album,
it's fire.
If you like rap, you like it.
They are rapping.
If you like whatever you want to hear, you gonna get. And he does a good job of giving you something on every rap song. There's a lot of good rap songs that give you nothing. Just a song. Sounds good. It's a ditty. This is soul-fulfilling, earth-shattering, old-school Southern rap music. And I appreciate you for that. Everybody ain't giving us that these days.
Yep. All right, guys. Give us a second. We'll be right back. Y'all listen to the Splashcast 36 pack. We'll be back to talk about this basketball bombshell. Y'all stay tuned.
Duke season.